Okay, sup you chuckle fucks, it's your boy Dark Raku here with What If Issei Was Like Jin-Woo, Part 1. Now, before I continue on, I am going to release on my community tab a story, mostly a scripted story somewhat. Basically, I'm probably not even going to follow the script that much, but I am just gonna show a little glimpse, mostly. It's going to have the status of mostly Issei in two different sides, don't worry about that. Um, Mostly, I'm not gonna detail that much in his. Well, I am probably, but not the point. I'm also going to mention that this is basically a scripted story of what if Issei was the grandson of Yuhabala, Yuhabala. I don't fucking remember the guy from fucking not the guy, Almighty Yuhaba, the one who is in Bleach. If you probably don't know, the guy that's in the Thousand Wars, okay? Fuck off. I suck at trying to remember how to say his name, okay? Pretty much it's just a story on that. Is mostly how he's going to be mostly the Prince of Light. Yes, he is going to be like Uri. Okay, I forgot fucking Ishii? I don't fucking remember. Mostly Ichigo's kind of Quincy friend, whatever his name is. He's going to be like that, don't worry about that. Let me just finish up the story later, and I will put it on the community tab, and yeah. But that's not the point. Let me begin into this what if. I did rewatch what's it called, what if Issei was a part of the Sono family. I will do that what if later, but for right now, I'm going to do this what if. Then I'm going to go to the store to buy some like stuff for Mother's Day, because my mom is, yeah, not the point. Let me also happy Mother's Day to anyone else. But other than that, let me begin, blah, blah, blah. Let me shut the fuck up, and yeah. So, let's begin. We go into mostly a battle between a brown-haired boy that's right now on the ground with his helmet being off of his face, and of course, him being in red armor gear. This is where, well, he's right now down on one knee trying to figure out how to beat the somewhat called hero faction. Or mostly their alliance with the Chaos Brigade being mostly a terrorized group now, instead of being heroes, but whatever. This is where, well, all his friends has already been defeated, being Irina, Zenobia, Kiba, Azia. Well, Azia isn't in battle that much. She's too much of a healer. And then there's Rasa Weiss, who has been defeated. This is where, well, Issei is the only one left to kind of be able to have to fight against that one swordsman that has like 6 different swords and 6 different arms, whatever. White hair guy. The descendant of Hercules. And of course that blondish hair girl, and then there's what they call none other than Cao. This is where, well, the leader of the hero factions, mostly hero faction, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is just there, just so tired, can't even fight back against him. He's too weak. He knows that his magic reserve sucks, his fighting skills sucks also. He wish he actually learned some stuff before actually fighting these guys, because, well, he knows that he's one of the weakest kind of Red Dragon Emperors, so of course that's the thing, but yeah. But there's actually someone watching this whole battle, mostly seeing if mostly her rival will actually be able to succeed this battle. Mostly a couple people are watching, but yeah. Of course, mostly there's someone saying, yeah, I hope the Red Dragon Emperor will be able to defeat them. I want to see if he gets so much stronger. Yeah. This is where, well, she then looks at her kind of a leader, being a girl with kind of whitish, silverish hair, very long. Of course, she has kind of these bluish, light blue eyes. And this is where she's wearing mostly like an outfit with a black leather jacket, a green shirt that can barely hold her kind of voluptuous kind of beauty, mostly her chest, but yeah, don't worry. Of course, a mostly tight kind of brown pants, and of course black boots, having actually a choker neck near her kind of neck, but yeah. This is where, well, she is just watching from mostly being on top of a hill, but yeah. Then next to, well, mostly next to the cat girl or whatever, or her name is Kuroka, but yeah. Of course, where next where is then Biku, Arthur, and even Lefay, but yeah. This is where, well, the whitish silverish hair girl is named Valerie, also known as Valerie, but mostly Valerie. This is where, well, she's hoping that mostly her rival can actually be able to defeat, well, Cao, or somewhat like that. because she knows that she's also pretty strong and could maybe defeat Cao Cao if she goes all full power. It's just she wants to know if her rival can actually defeat him. This is where, well, mostly Cao Cao says, well, it's time for us to go. It's time for us to defeat Great Red and be showing you, well, mostly showing the world that the hero faction is the strongest faction out of everything. Issei is right now kind of passing out. This is where, well, mostly he wished that he has his potential. He managed to grab the fucking potential. How the fuck does he awaken it? This is where, well, Issei is saying, Drake, how am I gonna awaken my potential? Drake says, don't worry, partner. They will mostly mostly the previous users will teach you, or mostly two of them. One was a girl and the other guy, but yeah, you get the point. I forgot their names. Oops. This is where, well, mostly Issei was actually falling to unconscious. Of course, this is where, well, his mind wasn't going towards the mindscape where with the mostly where Drake would be at to kind of unlock and learn about how to unlock his potential. But instead he went into this world where mostly it's like a dark kingdom. He's inside like this dark hallway that's mostly light up by like blue fire around. And of course this blue fire kind of had a little tint of purple in it, but not the point. Of course there was a bunch of darkness around us, like the flames couldn't burn even light up anything. This is where, well, when Issei opened his eyes, Issei looks to see a man, well, mostly someone being on a throne. This is where, well, on a throne that was a dark throne. He was just sitting there. And of course, this is where, well, he had mostly his, like, one of his legs across to the other side while having his arm, mostly his left arm, pushing his, like, head up. This is where, well, so it won't, like, go down or any of that. This is where, well, or mostly not on his leg, mostly on the side of the throne, mostly what's it called? What was it called? The handle of the fucking chair, okay? He has it on there, and this is where he's pushing his like cheek up by having the fist on his cheek. But yeah, this is where, well, the person looks like this. So he has like black armor, of course, long black hair, and this is where, well, some like black bangs like covering some of his eyes. His eyes are purple, and of course has kind of tannish pale skin. But yeah. This is where, well, his eyes are kind of glowing purple with blue a little bit, but this is where, well, Issei is confused, saying, who are you? Issei seems very confused. This is where, well, the person gets off of his stone and starts kind of like walking down some stairs. This is where, well, Issei right now stays on guard. He then tries to activate his boosted gear, but it didn't happen. This is where he's confused. He says, damn it, I don't have the boosted gear. This is where he tries to activate magic, but when he activates his magic to, well, out of full desperation because he doesn't know about his magic because his magic reserves really suck. He sucks in physical and other things, so of course he just tries with his magic. One thing's a problem. When he activates his magic, this darkness actually appears as darkness ball, tiny darkness ball. This is where, well, he says, that's not something I had before. Because when he tries out with his normal magic and not using the boosted gear magic one time, it was a normal kind of the yellowish whitish ball, but now it's just this black and purplish ball. Tiny, it's like in the marble size. One of the big marbles. But yeah, this is where, well, he says, are you fucking serious? I still suck at magic. What is this anyway? This isn't my normal magic. It's so menacing. Darkness. This is where, well, mostly the person in front of him starts speaking. Huh. This seems that your magic reserves and other things still sucks. Not gonna lie, since you are kind of a part of, well, you are me and I'm you, I knew that most of your magic reserves would suck. You still haven't actually activated the level system that I actually gave in proper ways, but mostly that won't be the case. You are in mostly life-death situation one time, but I guess the system didn't work. I'm still working on the whole system thing. But whatever. My name is Jin-Woo, the Shadow Monarch, also known as the King of the Undead. This is where, well, Issei said, huh? Jin-Woo, your name sounds Korean. Are you? I'm from South Korea. But that's not the point. I'm from a different world entirely. Oh. Issei said, uh-huh. Um, Shadow Monarch? What is that? Song explains and what monarchs are. This is where, well, Issei says, wow, that's actually quite interesting. That's cool as hell. What the hell? Sorry for me snapping out. But that's so cool. I know it's cool, but that's not the point. Kid, you are the new Shadow Monarch. Well, technically, you will be the next Shadow Monarch when you train and kind of get more magic with this system. This is where, well, a screen pops right in front of us, song. This is where, well, he then invites the mostly it says invite Issei Hyoto, and this is where Issei right in front of him pops up a screen. This is where a blue kind of screen. This is where mostly it says Jin-Woo, the Shadow Monarch, likes for you to have mostly the system. This is where, well, do you want the system? Yes or no? This is where Issei says yes. This is where, well, he clicks yes, and this is where the system appears right in front of him. This is where it says like his stats, his other things, and mostly all his stats just garbage. This is where, well, he has the title called the Red Dragon Opie, or mostly Opie Red Dragon, which just realized it's such a stupid fucking title. Now he just realized that, but yeah. But this is where, well, other abilities lock, title locked, and of course is where, well, the Shadow Monarch is kind of locked, so of course is where, well, you kind of noticing what the Shadow Monarch kind of stats does, mostly for the title, and it gives out a lot of shit. He's like, oh, that's so fucking cool. That's really cool. Song, this is where Song says, yeah? Why are you doing this? Again, kid. You're me and I'm you. Basically, you're my reincarnation. Well, not really reincarnation. I can't really die. I'm immortal most of the time. He says, oh, I see. Then, if I'm not your reincarnation, then what am I? Well, you're not really my reincarnation, but mostly the chosen best that I decided to choose. You're basically like me, but less perverted, okay? You're like me in many ways, except the perverted stuff. That's on you, dude. That is not me. Issei said, sorry about that, but why would you choose me if I'm a pervert? Again, you're like me in many ways, being weak and still kind of becoming stronger, but you have the potential to grow stronger, but I'm just here to help you and grow stronger because you are kind of leaning way too much in with your pervertedness. Okay. This is where Issei said, yeah, I guess you're right, but that's not the point. So, since I am the previous Shadow Monarch, you can come here anytime you want to talk to me. This is the dimension for you. It's like your home base most of the time. But that's not the point. I want you to start learning and how to use the system by actually training, getting rewards, and other stuff. Song explains. This is where, well, you say not it. This is where, well, the system will allow you to grow in this power, strength, and physical, and other things. Learning and all them other stuff. Since I want you to become the new vestige kind of power of the Shadow Monarch. The new host of the Shadow Monarch power. Issei nodded. This is where, well, Issei said, that's all good and all, but what about my dragon? Mostly Drake and mostly the other hosts. Oh. Well, you know what the shadow ability, you can actually kind of incarnate all those dead people and dead souls in that boosted gear into your army. So how many people that Drake have, or whatever that dragon's name is? He's just winding his eyes and saying, hold up, what the fuck do you mean? This is where, well, Song says you will get it later, but that's not the point. So, it seems that you're having a little trouble in the outside world. This is where a screen pops up and being a little, like, bluish screen. Of course, this is where it's showing, like, 4 people, cow, those other 3, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Issei nodded, saying, that is true, I haven't even unlocked my potential from the boosted gear. Well, but there was actually, this is where Song says, look here, kid. So your original way to unlock your potential was the stupidest way because I actually saw through and actually saw on how it's actually gonna see. I kind of have a little bit of seeing the future a little bit. Wait, what? Is that true? Yeah, you're probably going to get it. Or probably you go into a different skill and blah, blah, blah. It won't be all the exact same, your skills to my skills. So yeah, don't worry about that. He says, okay. But seeing your potential, unlocking your potential, seems pretty stupid, and I suggest not to do it. Huh? Okay, then what do you want me to do? Just train really hard and use the system to unlock your potential. Because that will actually give you a more powerful potential way to unlock it. So instead of doing that, I will help you out. I will help you out with this battle. But after this, I want you to train for 3 months in the system to become the strongest Shadow Monarch there ever was. Because in the near future, even in my world, I defeated the Monarchs. I defeated my Monarchs. Doesn't mean in this world, the Monarchs doesn't exist. So you're going to have to defeat those Monarchs. I don't know if it's going to be the same Monarchs or different Monarchs, or probably some of them might be nice. I don't know. But that's not the point. I want you to become strong enough to protect this world. Since you are the new Shadow Monarch. Well, mostly your title says Red Opie Lover, Red Dragon Opie Lover. Which, get rid of that damn title, please. This is where, well, it's embarrassing. This is where song said. This is where, well, Issei starts up saying, sure, I will. Also, stop fucking going on with your dream of, I want to become the Harem King. Just find a good girl that's good enough for you, and both of you love each other. Because you're gonna regret kind of being immortal most of the time. Wait, I'm gonna be immortal? Probably. I have no clue if you're gonna even achieve that, what's it called, potential. This is where Issei says, hey! I'm just kidding, kid. But other than that, I should probably help you. This is where Issei says, wait, why do you keep calling me kid? How old are you anyway? You look like you're in your, like, 20s. Or even 18s. Because I look 18 because I'm a mortal idiot. I'm actually like at least 20,000 years old. Holy damn. That's longer than any devil. No shit. No, that's not the fucking point. I'll help you out. I will help you out with this battle. If you promise me that you will grow stronger. Does that mean that I'll... Wait. Do I have to kind of like solo level by myself? Well, no shit. What else do you want to do? Get a game with others? This is where, well, he says, actually, no, that sounds actually quite nice. Solo leveling by myself. Then I'll become stronger. And then I'll show everyone that I become strong enough. Yeah, I want to do that. Okay, kid. Then let's start this. This is where, well, we go back into Issei waking up into the actual real life world. This is where his eyes actually kind of start glowing kind of purple. And of course, darkness started crackling around his like eyes. Mostly not crackling, but kind of like covering his eyes up. This is where, well, his hair become black for a second, jet black in an instant. And this is where, well, mostly Cao and the others are walking away. And this is where Issei kind of says, where do you think you're going? Now, the boosted gear, mostly gear around him is still there. But of course, it didn't just transform back to the gauntlet. But the gauntlet itself started changing a little bit, becoming black and purple. Or mostly just purplish black. Mostly looking like this, okay, color like this. Don't worry about that. Of course, where, well, Issei right now kind of said, I'm not letting you go. Now, of course, even though his eyes are purple, one of them actually glows green. And of course, this is where a system pops up saying, merge of Shadow Monarch and Dragon boosted gear has been succeeded. Awakening. Say what this will be called. This is where Issei said, I don't know what to call it. Fuck it. The Shadow Dragon. This is where Issei just called it a Shadow Dragon kind of ability. This is where, well, mostly the system says Shadow Dragon unlocked skill. This is where, well, Issei said, okay, how much mana do I have? Okay, this is the health per song. He has like over 200,000, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, arise. This is where, well, he says arise, and this is where something appeared right in front of him. Using all the mana that he had, but having actually cut down to 50. Like, he has 50,000 still. But this is where someone appeared right in front of him. An ant. A big-ass ant that has mostly, well, this ant looks like this. This ant looks like this. And yes, it's none other than Beru, so don't worry about that. So, of course, it has its wings, and it looks just like this. And yes, it is purple, so don't worry about that. This is where, well, Beru right now appears, looks behind him and says, "My legion, do you want me to defeat them and kill them all?" This is where Issei nods and says, "Go, Beru." Of course, his voice was distorted and three different voices actually appearing. Mostly one was Drake's, but of course Drake wasn't the one talking, it was actually Issei's. And of course the other was actually mostly Jin-Woo. This is where, well, Beru nodded. And this is where Beru then screeches out right in front of him. This is where, well, mostly the four hero faction members actually appear. Well, turning back, and this is where Cao was confused until Beru appears right in front of him, grabbing him from the face and smashing him down to the ground. This is where Beru then turns around, straight to Hercules, grabbing him in the face and smashing him with the others. Beru screams out and says, "You bastards, her legion, my legion! I will slaughter you like the ants you are." But no, this is where, well, Beru says, "Well, I'll slaughter you like the pathetic humans you are." This is where, well, that swordsman tries to attack Beru, but Beru right now claws at him. Right now destroying his chest in an instant. Or mostly not like destroying it, but basically having a huge claws in his chest, just ripping his flesh. This is where the guy cough up blood. This is where the girl with the swords tried to activate the sword dragon, but this is where Beru smashes through it and punches her in the face so hard. This is where Hercules tries to attack him, but this is where the ant grabs him and just launches him up to the sky. Just didn't give a damn. Beru is now walking straight to Cao. Cao is like, "What the hell are you? What is this? The power of the fucking dragon? The Red Dragon Emperor?" No. It's much more different. What are you anyway? This is where, well, Beru says, "You heard it, my legion. And since for that, I will annihilate you at once, you pathetic human." This is where, well, mostly Cao uses his longitis, who's trying to thrust at mostly Beru, but Beru manages to dodge and punch him right in the face, sending his ass straight into multiple, trees. This is where, well, when Asuka notices, Issei is standing up, but this is where his gauntlet is now different color. This is where, well, Issei said, "This seems interesting." His voice is distorted still. This is where, well, mostly someone is right now talking to him, being in a mostly darkness spirit form. And this is where, well, he says, "What the? Huh? Oh, alright, I can do this kid anyway. Besides, since I'm the Shadow Monarch, I can do whatever. Don't worry about this. Just keep focused on the guy that's right now in front of you. Because you're not strong enough still. I still barely could even lend much of my power towards you. The only, well, you could have, well, not really summoned, you could have summoned Beru or Icarus. Now, of course, I would have suggested Beru a little bit more, just for the fact that he's quite chaotic half the time. This is where, well, and quite very loyal. So, yeah, good luck with that. This is where he says, "Can I summon freely?" When you actually get your mana points active, look at your actual mana points and look at my mana points. I give you almost about 250, what's it called, points into your freaking mana points. Ah, I see. Damn, I only had 1,000. I really suck. So give me 240. Okay. I really suck. I'm so sorry. This is where, well, Song says, "Never mind that point. Still, just hurry up. Well, we're gonna hurry this up, but mostly then we'll have to deal with that fox over there." This is where, well, Song points behind him, and this is where, well, mostly Issei says, "You're right. How would I be able to defeat that?" "Ah, I know what you can summon out." This is where, well, Issei says, "What do you mean?" Go to your skill points. This is where, or mostly not skill points, your skills, and look towards mostly the Arise and summon out one of these soldiers. Which one? Summon out, Tank. It won't cost you too much mana, so yeah. This is where, well, he then looks for something that's called Tank. It's basically a bear, and this is where he touches it says lock, but this is where, well, Song touches it, and then it says unlock. This is where, well, for temporary points. This is where, well, he then pushes on the, what they call bear, and this is where, when Issei says arise, a giant bear appears behind him, roaring in an instant. This is where, well, mostly Tank looks down to kind of sniffing Issei to see if it's actually Song. And it kind of smells like Song, but at the same time smells draconic and Issei. and also kind of demon-like, but don't worry about that point. Or don't worry about that. This is where, well, Tank kind of just looks at Issei for seeing any commands and why he got summoned. Issei kind of says, Tank, stop the wild nine-tailed fox over there, please. This is where, well, Issei plead for Tank, because this is such a weird thing to do, but yeah. This is where Tank nodded. Of course, Tank starts rushing straight towards mostly where the nine-tailed fox will be at. Right now, jumping up, and of course, right now, sending a very powerful claw attack straight towards the fox, smashing it down to the ground. This is where Viltra, being what's it called, Sanji over there. Sanji says, "Where the fuck did this bear came from?" This is the bear is right now grabbing the nine-tails from the neck and smashing it down to the ground, punching it. Of course, this is where Tank is just going ham. This is where Viltra says, "That's not the point, Sanji. Keep going, you idiot. We can't just let up on this." This is where, well, mostly one of the hero leaders, mostly faction leaders, or not leaders, mostly that kind of vice captain, I don't remember his name, the guy with glasses, kind of sees this and says, "Wait, no, this is the wrong magic. No. What the hell is that anyway? What the hell is it made out of?" Now we go into a POV of mostly Valerie's and her freaking mostly members just seeing this, confused. Now, of course, Valerie can sense a very ominous aura with Issei. Issei has awoken something that isn't something supposed to be normal. Now, this is where, well, Issei did notice what's called Valerie in her group. And this is where, well, Issei turned one of his eyes, a purplish eye, and glares and glances at Valerie's, which mostly Valerie notices, and this is where, well, her face becomes mostly crimson red entirely. That eye, that glance, it kind of made her go in heat for a second. This is where, well, mostly they wonder what the hell happened. This is where Valerie looks away and just kind of blushing. This is where, well, Issei says, "What the hell was that?" Song just chuckles and says, "Oh, quite interesting. So that's the other opposite of you. The White Dragon Empress. Quite interesting. Not the point, kid. You should keep focused on the battle." This is where Cao is right now trying to fight against Beru, but Beru is right now beating his ass like it's nothing. Like it's no tomorrow. This is where, what's it called? Cao tries to fight back at Beru, but Beru is right now smashing a fist, smashing him to the ground, kicking his ass, beating the shit out of him. And he is not able to fight back against what's it called, Beru. This is where, well, Cao there tries to use the longitis to try to cut at him. This is where Beru managed to jump away. When I mean jump away, literally just uses wings. This is where, well, Cao says, "Are you fucking serious? This is complete cheating," and he gets his stomach literally just caved in by a kick from Beru. This is where he's then launched into the ground and just kind of just basically pull along on the ground like it's nothing. But yeah, he just pushed to the ground, eating dirt, literally. This is where, well, Cao gets up, but this is where, well, mostly he then looks up, and this is where he sees Issei. Issei's just standing there with his menacing look eyes. This is where blank look, of course, his gauntlet is different. And this is where, well, he just said, "Wow. So I never expected to see the hero faction leader right now down on my feet, being pathetic as hell." Issei said with such a cocky looking smirk, but pretty much it looks emotionless most of the time. But it looks cocky for Cao. This is where Cao grabbed his stiff and says, "Shut the hell up! You annoying!" This is where he tried to attack Issei, but Issei then just kind of dodges the attack. And Cao keeps trying to punch at him and then use the longitis, but this is where Issei managed to kind of grab the longitis with his own gauntlet. And this is where, well, Issei says, "Wow, so it seems you're just going on desperate attempts to try to attack me and kill me. Why is that, Cao? Can't you do this by yourself? Or are you so pathetic that you can't do anything?" This is where Cao grinning his teeth saying, "Shut the hell up, you annoying dragon!" This is where, well, he tries to attack Issei again, but this is where Issei right now then just grabs the spear, of course, pushes it down mostly towards him, but mostly smashing to the ground, and this is where Issei then lifts himself up and just kicking what's it called, Cao on the side of the head, right now launching him into multiple trees, but yeah. We then go back into mostly that Hercules dude falling back to the ground after being launched up into space and falling back to the ground. This is where, well, mostly Cao is falling down to the ground, or not Cao, mostly that one Hercules dude. This is where he's falling back to the ground. This is where before he even gets too close to the ground, someone clocked him so hard in the face. Right now being Beru. Beru launches his ship back into multiple trees. Beru is no longer being the one fighting against Cao. Instead, that's Issei. Now Issei knows that he's not good with hand-to-hand combat. It's mostly Song kind of taking control of his body, but that's not the point. We go into something appearing in the sky, and that being a greenish kind of portal, and being a greenish emerald dragon appearing, while a monkey being on top of it. This is where, well, Pickle notices and says, "Oh fuck, not him." This is where Pickle says, "We're going to have to leave, Bali, because mostly he's here, Sun Wukong." This is where he points up, and this is where, well, Sun Wukong, the old-looking man, monkey, kind of looks down and notices his nephew, or mostly not nephew, his son, being Pickle. Then notice what it called the Cow Brigade members, or mostly not Cow Brigade members, the Chaos Brigade members being the hero faction, seeing the heroes actually losing to an ominous ant-looking creature, and of course the ant creature is right now beating their ass, and of course not caring too much. This is where, well, mostly the ant is actually now walking towards Azia, and this is where, well, Azia gets scared, and this is where, well, Sun Wukong was about to like intervene, but mostly the ant just sits down. Right now kind of sharing an apple that he managed to found and give it to Azia. This is where, well, Azia seems confused, but of course just takes it. Right now seeing how mostly the ant is being friendly. But yeah. Now of course everyone's confused after seeing this sight, but whatever. Now he goes and seeing what's to come. The nine-tailed fox still being under control, but somewhat losing control because thanks to Tank. Tank is right now being able to be, well, very super helpful, but yeah. Vitra is actually losing, and of course this is where, or Viltra, whatever, Vitra, whatever. This is where Sanji mostly is kind of losing. Of course, thanks to Tank, he wasn't losing that bad, but he's still losing. He's somehow still getting attacked and hit by, we'll see, the Nine-Tails. Instead of the, what's it called, giant, like, bear actually tanking the attacks, he just doesn't care. This is where, well, Viltra saying, "Okay, we're about to lose." This is where someone appears, another dragon appears. Right now, sending a very powerful attack straight towards the, what's it called, Nine-Tails. This is where, well, the person that's right now controlling seems to be losing control and saying, "Okay, well, it's time for me to go." This is where, well, before he even gets to leave, this is where Beru appears. Just because Beru knows that he actually almost missed another hero faction leader, or member. This is where, well, when that person notices the Beru appearing right in front of him so fast, this is where he won his eyes, and this is where Beru kind of looks at him with a menacing look. Right now, extending his mouth, being very, like, what's it called, like showing off his mouth, like if he was about to bite this guy's head off. And this guy got scared so fast, but before running, mostly, well, Beru is kind of like a wild spirit most of the time, and very cruel at the same time, but could be very nice. Another thing, he decides to grab this guy from the arms and starts kind of like push him down to the ground, putting his like leg behind this guy's like mostly back, and of course starts pulling on his arms. Think of it like Sasuke when he pulls on that those like sound ninja's arms. Yeah, Beru is kind of being a little bit cruel than normal. This is where, well, he's pulling on the guy's arms. The guy is screaming, saying, "No, please, stop, have mercy, please." This is where Beru says, "I don't have mercy. You're not my legion, so I don't care about your rules." This is where the guy says, "Please, don't." This is where, well, he's screaming in pain, and of course he then gets his arms literally fucking shatter in an instant. This is where, well, or mostly ripped off his mostly arm sockets, and this is where, well, he's crying in pain. Of course, there's so much blood like literally falling down to the ground. Beru then looks towards this guy and says, "You will die. Take goodbye to life." This is where Tank kind of roars at mostly Beru to see if, what's it called, if he's just kind of going wild again. This is where mostly Beru looks at Tank and says, "Shut up, Tank. I'm doing what Legion, well, mostly our Legion wants me to do." Beru, mostly Tank then kind of says that that's not even right. That's not what Legion would want us to do. And this is where, well, mostly Beru just scoffs and says, "Whatever." This is where he flies back towards mostly where Issei would be at. Or Song, for that matter. Or Song, Issei, whatever. This is where, well, we go into Issei kind of looking at, what's it called, mostly Cao Cao. Cao Cao was about to activate his, like, chant quote until mostly Sun Wukong appears. But this is where before, what's it called, Sun Wukong can actually react fast enough. Issei appears right now using the bit of mana that he has. And this is where, well, the boosted gear actually boosts right now with the shiny purple color. And this is where Issei says, "Shadow Dragon Punch." This is where, well, he then sees what they call Cao Cao's face, and Cao Cao says, "Screw you!" This is where, well, before even though what they call Spear can actually attack Issei, Issei managed to be kind of fast enough to dodge and punch what they call Cao Cao in the face, smashing his head to the ground. Issei says, "Hell yeah, motherfucker, how you like them apples?" This is where, well, Issei then kind of just, she kind of signed really bad, like he's actually feeling really tired. And this is where, well, he then kind of passes out. This is where Cao Cao says, "You annoying little dragon, I'm going to kill you." This is where before he can even appear, someone can appear saying, "Sorry about that, Cao Cao, but I will not let you do that." Cao Cao says, scoffs and says, "Whatever, I'll be leaving then." This is where Cao Cao actually disappears in a magic circle before Beru actually appears and tries to crush his head in. Of course, Beru screeches and this is where, well, mostly Sun Wukong gets on guard, but this is where mostly Beru actually appears next towards Issei, turning into shadows and just going back into Issei. This is where, well, mostly Tank managed to kind of, well, not be any more needed, so of course he just turns into shadow and goes back into Issei. Issei is already passed the fuck out, so yeah. This is where, well, we go into mostly a time skip later. Now, of course, the hero faction members, they managed to escape, of course, is where, well, Cao Cao was very upset to see, well, mostly his friend, the guy with glasses, sees his arms literally be ripped off his fucking, like, torso by one of the ants. He actually explained that one ant. He is right now raging because he wasn't expecting Issei to be summoning darkness creatures out of nowhere and being able to surprise him and beat his ass. Now, of course, that was the worst beating that he ever took in his fucking life because he thought Issei was quite weak for being the Red Dragon Emperor. Instead, his gauntlet changed entirely. That's the part. Well, we go into Issei waking up. Issei said, what happened? That's right, Issei said, I'm so tired. I feel very tired anyway. This is where, well, a screen pops up right in front of him and it says, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. This is where level up 10 times. You have completed your mission. Being able to defend, well, kind of defeat the what's the hero faction, and manage to free, well, Yakuza from control. You have completed mission. Your rewards will be in your inventory. You have gained, 100k XP. This is where you have leveled up 10 times. Issei said, holy shit. What the hell? Goddamn. Okay, well, I'm now level 10. This is where, well, he looks at his strengths and other things. He still sees them being kind of pathetic, but they have leveled up somewhat with the levels, but yeah. This is where, well, he sees some, well, AP points, so of course he will have to put them and calculate which one he wants to go through, but yeah. This is where, well, he says, I am surprised. Fuck. Wait, I want to talk to Song. That reminds me, you gotta talk to Song. This is where he goes back to skill points to see if he can still activate the shadow creatures and realize he can't no longer. And of course he realizes he needs to train for 3 months later. But yeah, he still also got to fight against Sir Orcus. But that's not the point. This is where, well, Issei then sees the door literally open into mostly his room, or mostly hospital bedroom or whatever he's in. Of course, is where someone appears, and that is none other than, well, the Sun Wukong, the old man Sun Wukong. This is where, well, the old man says, quite interesting, kid. He's smoking a pipe. This is where, or a joint, you ever want to think about it. He then says, quite interesting, kid. You managed to defeat mostly the hero faction leader named Cao Cao with a very interesting skills. So tell me, kid, what was that? Issei says, what was what? This is where, well, Sun Wukong says, what was that whole darkness aura around you? This is where Issei says, don't know. This old Sun Wukong says, you know you can trust me, kid. I won't say anything. Issei says, I literally don't fucking know, so the fuck you asking for? This is where, well, Sun Wukong just seems shocked to believe that Issei doesn't know. Issei knows what it is, he just doesn't want to admit what it exactly is. So of course, this is where, well, Sun Wukong says, okay, fine. But that was very interesting skills you had there. We were able to summon out a bear, I guess, with a scar, being kind of darkness aura, and an ant to defeat your enemies. Huh, very interesting. You're quite interesting, strong, very powerful Red Dragon Emperor. Issei said, yeah, right, I forget them red. Yeah. I'm gonna change that to Shadow Dragon. Actually, this is where he looks at his title, and of course, it changes from what's called the Red Dragon Opie towards the Shadow Dragon. He just says, wait a minute. I need to talk to Drake for a second. Can you excuse me 1 month? I need to talk to someone. This is where, well, Issei meditates to kind of go into conscious, and he goes into his, well, mindscape. We go into red flames turning to purple flames, and Issei is right now in front of Drake. Drake says, what the fuck did you do to my skin? My perfectly good dragon skin! You changed it from fucking red to fucking purple! What the fuck did you do? Issei said, holy shit! It's a purple dragon. Well, that's interesting. Well, black purple dragon. But that's not the point. Drake, calm down. Drake says, no, I'm not fucking calming down. The fuck did you do? Issei said, I did nothing. That's you. That's all you. You changed, so I guess you changed it and I changed, so yeah. This is where Drake says, no, don't you fucking change the subject. I saw through your eyes. I saw what you did. I saw who you, well, I didn't see who you were talking to. I thought you were just talking to yourself. But that's not the fucking point. The fuck did you do? Issei, don't you dare ignore me, and don't you dare leave without telling me what you did. Issei said, well, Drake, I think I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later. Just know this, I guess, we're no longer the Red Dragon Opie lover no more. Instead, we're going to be, the Shadow Dragon. How about that? Well, other than that, I'll be going. Drake says, no, Issei, get back here. No. This is where, well, Issei said, bye. This is where Drake says, Issei. This is where, well, we go into Issei kind of getting out of his, like, mind skip. He's saying, he's wet dropping right now, and this is where, well, mostly someone comes still there saying, is everything okay? He says, of course everything's okay. Nothing to worry about. I just need to talk to Drake to see if he's fine. And he's perfectly fine. Issei is kind of shaking his head. Just for Drake to say, I'm not perfectly fine, you little shit. This is where Issei is ignoring basically Drake, and Drake is saying, don't ignore me, you little shit. Fucking explain here. Don't you dare start just fucking ignoring me. This is where, well, someone comes and says, if you're okay, then wanna go meet Yakuza? This is where, well, Issei said, oh, of course. Yeah, I'll go meet her. Yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of sees someone come, walks away, and this is where, well, Issei kind of goes up to a mirror. He checks something, and this is where, well, something has a little bit changed with him. His hair is now a little bit darker brown. His eyes are actually completely different. They're still kind of a goldenish brown, but they're actually darker a little bit. And Issei said, okay, so that's what changed. Drake says, what the fuck did you do, kid? And why do you look completely different? Kid, hear me. You're not muting me. Kid, hear me. This is where Issei has basically ignored Drake the whole time. Issei says, okay, let's see. This is where, well, Issei in his mindscape, he decides to block out mostly all his, well, mostly him thinking about mostly anything. He kind of spaced into different two parts. Drake's kind of like mostly talking. He can hear like common thoughts of mostly what Issei's usually thinking. Then there's another part where it's just him thinking by himself, and Drake cannot hear it or kind of see it or whatever. And this is where, well, he says, well, that's good. I managed to make a mental small connection box away from Drake. That's good to know. Now I can think to myself when I need to think to myself. Drake says, the fuck did you do? No, Drake, Issei, I know you're hiding something. Fucking tell me. Issei said, now, how to mute Drake? Drake says, Issei! This is where, well, Issei said, maybe I'll do that later. I'll figure out that later. Damn. Usually the Red Dragon Emperor should just shut the hell up half the time. Issei's now thinking to himself in a different space of box from Drake, hearing his thoughts. This is where, well, Drake says, I'm going to kill you. Issei, fucking answer the fucking call. This is where, or mostly, just answer me. This is where, well, we go into Issei kind of like kidding downstairs. Of course, this is where, well, he changed his outfit entirely different. He found out, what's it called, his like school uniform or whatever. But he just decided to kind of wear a kind of like, kind of a dark kind of purplish shirt that he kind of grabbed instead of being red. Of course, black kind of like black coat, black pants and black shoes. He walks downstairs to kind of check – where that old man someone kind of went, but yeah, this is where, well, Issei kind of like kidding downstairs. Of course, this is where, well, he changed his outfit entirely different. He found out, what's it called, his like school uniform or whatever. But he just decided to kind of wear a kind of like, kind of a dark kind of purplish shirt that he kind of grabbed instead of being red. Of course, black kind of like black coat, black pants and black shoes. He walks downstairs to kind of check where that old man someone kind of went, but yeah, this is where, well, This is where, well, we go into Issei kind of like meeting up with the old Sun Wukong, his friends and allies, somewhat, and of course seeing Yakuza and even with Kurumi. This is where, well, Kurumi says, what's it called? Red Dragon Emperor, Red Dragon Emperor. Mostly the little nine-tailed girl. This is where, well, or, yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, oh, hey there, Kurumi. Are you okay? This is where, well, or, what's it called? Let me actually remember her. Kuno kind of nodded, and this is where, well, she then says, I'm good, I'm okay. This is where, well, Yakuza says, thank you, Red Dragon Emperor. Issei says, yeah, I am the Red Dragon Emperor. This is where Dragon says, we are the Red Dragon Emperor. When I fucking get my fucking skill changed back to normal, you little prick of a fucking house. You have screwed me over how many times? Over and over and over. You first were called a fucking Red Dragon Opie lover. Now I'm now a purple fucking dragon. Wait, what did you say that we were now? The Shadow Dragon? Oh, great. No more the Red Dragon domination. Now the Shadow Dragon of what the fuck? This is where, well, we'll see, Drake is now just crying, wondering what Albion would think about him now. This is where he's like thinking, I'm no longer going to be the white versus Red Dragon Emperor. It's now the white versus dark black Dragon Emperor? Huh. It sounds more interesting that way. Drake now thinks about it and says, wait a minute. Still, how the hell did he manage to do that? He won't answer anything. He's literally just avoiding my questions now. He knows something. He just doesn't want to say anything. And the fact that he has a different mental link or connection towards someone is making me more sad. That motherfucking little shit. But we go into Issei kind of now going towards what I call, well, just talking to Yakuza and other things. Of course, he just looks at her eyes. Of course, not looking at her cleavage. She really doesn't care no more. He needs to learn how to control that fucking lust. But yeah, of course, well, Issei then says, well, yeah, you're welcome. This is where he's like, yeah, welcome and other things. Well, Sun Wukong actually wants to train him later, but this is where, well, Issei says that's fine. He was just trained by himself. He says he has the writing games coming up in 3 months. So, of course, he'd be fine by himself, so yeah. This is where, well, mostly Wukong says, are you sure, my boy? With that skill you have there, I'll be able to train you, kid. This is where, well, Issei says, no, I'm fine. This is where, well, also says, well, good job, kid. You did so much better. Also, did your hair become darker brown? Issei says, I think you're going senile. I think you can't see. I think you're going blind. This is where, well, Issei says, you little shit, I'm not even that old. How old are you again? Issei said, this is where mostly, as I said, this is where, well, Yakuza says, about at least fucking 1,000,000-year-old. This is where, well, we'll see. Azo glares at the 9-tailed fox leader and says, this is where he rolls his eyes or whatever. Of course, everyone was there just laughing. This is where Sona's there saying, or not Sona wasn't there, and this is where, well, everyone is just there kind of laughing at what they call Azo, but yeah. We go into Issei, kind of getting back towards Kuo and the others. This is where, well, Issei didn't decide to go check on the girls. He instead went to a different cliff, mostly like, not even a cliff, mostly to see the water, lake, and other things. And this is where, well, Issei is right now thinking about something so interesting. Why do I feel like Kuo isn't the same like normal? It feels dangerous. It feels like someone's watching me. This is where, well, Issei sighs and says, you can come out. I know you're there. This is where the system has already alerted someone being near his presence. And of course, it's actually quite interesting because the system doesn't actually alert with anything, but a little screen pops up saying there's someone near you. This is where, well, someone walks out, mostly they're at the, what's it called, mostly at this, they're mostly near like the water, the ocean, other things. And this is where, well, the person starts walking towards him. This is where Issei turns around and sees this guy with kind of white spiky hair, kind of bluish eyes. They're similar to that like lightning color, like brightish bluish eyes. This is where, well, he's wearing a kind of white shirt with a white kind of jacket. This is where he's wearing blue pants and of course kind of white shoes. This is where, well, he also has palish skin. And this is where, well, the person grins at Issei and says, so, you must be, The Red Dragon Emperor? No, you're not the Red Dragon Emperor. No. I see. So I'm guessing that you're a monarch, a type of monarch. So tell me, what type of monarch are you? This is where Issei says, I should ask you the same question. This is where Drake is sleeping, so of course he's not paying attention to this. This is where, well, mostly the person grins and says, well, I guess you can say that I'm quite shocking to show you. That's where Issei says, that's the worst pun I ever heard. I'm guessing you're a lightning user, being the lightning monarch. Am I wrong or am I right? This is where, well, mostly the person grins and says, well, you're right. But many times wrong, but that's not the point. So tell me, you being so gloomy and dark, I want to guess that you're the Shadow Monarch's reincarnation. Or incarnation. And you're the Lightning Monarch incarnation. Even though Song never mentioned anything about that, but that's not the point. So, are you a new monarch that just was created a while ago? Or one of the old original monarchs? This is where, well, the Lightning Monarch, mostly this person grins and says, well, it was actually created. There's actually no one else actually close to being that the Lightning Monarch. I'm mostly not called the Lightning Monarch, but mostly the Sky, or the Storm Monarch mostly. You were close in actually mentioning lightning, but I'm mostly called the Storm Monarch. I can control many types of things of like storm, like lightning, wind, tornadoes, and other things that mostly comes with storms most of the time. But that's not the point. So yes, I was just barely created. The system did appear right in front of me. It actually told me about you, another system user. Issei sighs and says, I see. Are you a friend or an enemy? You can see me either way. I can be your friend, I can be your enemy. It doesn't matter. So tell me, what do you like in this world? Because I haven't found many things to like. This person, Issei, when Issei stands up, it seems that they're both the same height in the sweat room. Issei said, what do I like in this world? I haven't decided. I guess I thought I had a good understanding of what I like in this world, but then again, it's probably not there. So I don't know. So tell me, what's your name? This is where the person grins and says, oh, the name? You know what? I'll tell you anyway. The name's Killua. Killua, well, Killua Zoldyck. This is where, well, Issei says, quite interesting fucking name. So tell me, what exactly do you want from me? Well, I don't want anything from you. You're another system user, and I'm guessing, what user are you anyway? I am basically a shadow, if you want to understand. The Shadow Monarch, an original monarch. Quite interesting. But that's not the point. I'm just here just to ask, what's your actual real name? And instead of me calling you Shadow or Shadowy, don't call me that. The name's Issei. Issei Hayadu, or Hyodo, however you like to say it. Interesting. Quite interesting. This is where both of them sit down. This is where, well, Issei said, you're not too much bad guy. I thought you were actually trying to attack me. I heard from my previous user telling me that mostly I will be attacked by other monarchs if I don't get any stronger. Oh, you're talking about the evil monarchs. Oh, wait, what are you talking about? The system has this weird kind of glitch towards it. It seems that mostly the previous user of the monarch, or the Shadow Monarch power, might have accidentally kind of fucked up the system. Actually, there's actually a case, well, not really a case. The system was created by the evil god. It was created because he wanted something. I can't really remember what the system really told me. But from what I can understand, is when the Shadow Monarch now chooses this new host or vessel, it would kind of activate events, near events that any other person like monarchs or urban rulers that actually been chosen through this world will now have to help out the Shadow Monarch, or just try to defeat the evil monarchs. So who are the evil monarchs? This is where, well, Killua says, I don't know about that. I actually do not know who and what are the evil monarchs. My understanding is it's something that mostly connects to the Shadow Monarch's power or the past. So I don't know, I really do not know and who or what is. Well, the evil monarchs. I see. And you do not know how many there will be. How many good monarchs are like you and me, or decent monarchs or rulers? That I do not know neither. I do not know about the rulers. I think there's some rulers that are incarnated the people, but I don't think they have the system. I see. So those who are the rulers, or mostly, how should I say? Well, yes, mostly those who are monarchs, or basically original monarchs like you, or maybe me, or whatever, have the system. That's my guessing. That's what I guess. So how do you manage to get the system? This is where Issei a question. This is where Killua chuckles and says, well, I was born with such an extraordinary kind of powerful ability, a powerful anime ability ever since I was born. I was born and blessed by giving lightning, or mostly lightning. Of course, one time I met a fallen angel, a very powerful fallen angel, had black hair, blackish long hair, and reddish eyes. His name was something called Cocoa Bean. He says, that sounds about right, yeah. What happened? He tried to kill me because he thought I had a sacred gear. But when he killed me, I died, but I didn't die. I was given a second chance. That second chance was basically the system. So of course, I'm reborn to look like this. So yeah, he says, I see. I see indeed. That's quite interesting. Well, this is where he says, I see. So those who were killed by the supernatural might be able to have systems. Would there be any evil monarchs living among us? That I do not know. This is going to be quite annoying in the near future. Well, can you tell me your level? Killua says, no, I'm not telling you my level, because I don't know if I can trust you too much. Mr. Ware, well, he says, fine. Let's see, it's better not to be telling each other's levels, so that'd be a good idea. So, are you from Kuo, or are you not? Or are you just traveling by? You can say I'm just traveling by. I'm not really from this place. But that's quite interesting. You're from this place. Quite interesting. There's a lot of devils, fallen angels, and angels in this place, booming a lot. Then again, you are the Red Dragon Emperor, so I guess I wouldn't expect that much. He says, yeah, you're right. Well, can I ask you something, Killua? Killua says, what is that? I know that we just met, but I want you to actually protect Kuo, because I'm actually going to go into multiple dungeons to actually level up. Why you want me to do that? We barely met. You don't even know if I'm an evil monarch. And why will you not call yourself an evil monarch when you literally just say, maybe I am, maybe I'm not? Who says that anyway? Wouldn't they try to manipulate the other? Mr. Wortwell, Killua sighs and says, I guess you're right. Mr. Wortwell, he says, well, will you do it or not? I'm guessing you're weaker than me. Your level is probably weaker than me. Mr. Wortwell, he just says, I guess you can say that. Well, I'll be stronger in 3 months, probably. But that's not the point. So, you will take the offer? Yeah, I'll take the offer. I just don't want any devils, fallen angels, or angels on my ass, so I'll protect the humans. I won't protect the supernatural, so it's not my fault if they die. He says this, I can live with that. Well, other than that, this is where, well, Issei wanted to look through the system and sees that mostly there's actually a system called Friends. This is where, Issei says, what's your name again? This is where, well, Killua kind of just says, oh, you're looking at the system, friends. We're not friends entirely, so I don't know what, this is where he says, just kind of do it. I need somehow in some way to communicate with you. Besides, I don't think it has a tracking system on you. This is where, well, Killua sighs and just kind of just said it. This is where Issei kind of does, like, press the button. This is where it sends something, Killua gets it. This is where Killua agrees with it. And of course, this is where, well, they become somewhat friends with the system. So yeah, this is where, well, Issei said, well, I should be probably going then. This is where, well, Killua says, well, see ya. Killua puts both of his hands back into his, like, mostly back of his head and just walks away while Issei is walking away, kind of getting to his house. Now, Issei is kind of wearing a black kind of like jacket, like a black hoodie. So of course that's happening, but yeah. Issei is now getting towards the house, and when he gets into the house, mostly Rias is kind of worrying, of course, questioning and demanding Issei and what happened. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here for part 1 of What If Issei Was Like Jin-Woo. Now, yes, before I end it off here, yes, other people will be having the system. It's not just Issei. They also will be considered monarchs. And they were also, well, mostly they were either be considered evil monarchs or monarchs entirely. So whatever. Like Issei is considered to be a good monarch, somewhat. But that's not the point. And mostly this new character that I just decided to add it in is named Killua. And yes, Killua is from mostly, not DXC, mostly H, Hunter x Hunter, but yeah. So, of course, Killua is from that. But yeah, if you have never watched the series, neither do I. I just know Killua is from that guy, and I have seen a couple of clips about him and blah blah blah. That's not the point. But I will end it off here. Other than that, bye, see you. And yes, rulers will be here, but that's not the point. Other than that, bye, see you, and yeah, bye.